Hey everyone, it's Hunter from CoolRidge Productions, and I know it's been a while since I've had a video. Just had a lot of stuff going on in my personal life, alongside I've just kind of been in a creative dead zone. So just taking a break, figuring some things out, as well as hopefully coming up with some new ideas. I have built some sets in the meantime, and I've worked on very small custom projects, including the two trucks I've seen in front of you, but nothing crazy, nothing too elaborate. But hopefully this video will be the start of a new kind of restart of CoolRidge Productions here on YouTube. I'm definitely going to try to do more photos on YouTube or on Instagram, not YouTube. But let's talk about this video today. So before you, I have two custom or modified versions of the gift with purchase moving van or moving truck that came out with the Modular Jazz Club a while back. I know it's been a long time since that's come out, but I was able to get a hold of, I think, 4 of those trucks total. I have one that's still the original set. I have 2 that's the tanker truck in this video, and then I have one that is this flatbed. So I have 4 total. I really liked how the tanker truck turned out. Though I'm not 100% happy with it, I like it more than the flatbed, hence why I ended up making 2 of those, but I only have one for you here. These trucks are, again, they use the basic footprint of the moving van. The front of the truck, the cabs are pretty much the same. The front of the trucks, I know, other than the color swap and the grill and the bumpers, are exactly the same. The cabs are modified a little bit based on what the back of the truck is. I think the flatbed here, I think I have a little window in the back, and then I don't think I put anything in the back of the cab on the tanker just so I could seal it all up how I wanted it, build it up as I wanted it to. But I'm going to go ahead, we're going to kind of focus on the tanker for right now. I'm going to put this flatbed off to the side, center the tanker a little bit, and we can talk about that. So kind of like as I was saying, the front of the truck's exactly the same. No changes to the engine compartment, the headlights, the front wheels. Again, I did go ahead when I was buying chrome parts to build the tank. I bought chrome parts to replace the bumper, the front bumper, and the grill on this. I think it looks really nice. It might not be hard to, or it might be hard to see in the video here, but in person, it was definitely the way to go to make that change, especially on the tanker truck. The flatbed, we can argue when I bring it up, but definitely on this tanker truck, it was the way to go. As I was kind of saying, the cab's not too different. There's no back to the cab. You have your 2 pillars on either side there, but there's no, center that a bit more, sorry. But there's no like back wall to it. The back wall is actually the back part of the tank, and that's just so I could get a minifigure in there with hair or a hat or something like that. I actually considered changing the step piece to a chrome 1x2 cheese slope piece. It wasn't bad, but it wasn't enough. It didn't make the model better, right? I don't think it made the model worse, but it didn't make the model better, so I opted to go back and keep the original kind of step on there. Well, let's talk about the tank here. The tank I ordered in, I want to say about 75 of these silver metallic. I call them chrome, but officially it's the silver metallic color. I got the 2x2 bow curve, or curved bow, however it's, whatever it's called. I'm not 100% sure what it's called, in truth. I've seen it both ways, just as curved, just as bow, but it's the curved bow tile. That's what I'm probably going to call it, some hodgepodge of those words. The length of the back of the truck has not changed. So if you have the moving truck from the end of the cab to the end of the chassis, that is the exact same. I didn't change any of that. All I did was take the roof and put it down as kind of like the bed or where the tank sits. And the tank's built up pretty simple, just using modified bricks that have the 4 studs on the side. And I put 2 of those on top and just built a circle out of it. That's the best way I can describe it. And actually, it's built the same way I do my steam locomotives. Looking at the back here, I'm not 100% happy with it. I know the part I want, and I think I either A, forgot to order the part, or I didn't think about it until after I placed the order. I want to get the bows that have the angle in it, so they kind of round out the back a bit more. I don't think this looks bad, but I don't think it looks great. So at some point, I'm going to go ahead and make that change. The back of the truck, as the front is exactly the same, or maybe it's a little different since there's no. I lied, it is different now that I'm thinking about it. Since there's no ramp or opening to hold the ramp of the moving truck, I just used a 2x6 brick, dropped it right in there, and closed off the back. I've gone back and forth about putting maybe some caution, getting some stickers that have like the red and white or the yellow and black hazard stripes on it, just because it is a tanker, and I'm not a big fan of the big kind of black. It just looks dull, right? It kind of just looks like a big empty space in the model, almost kind of breaks the model up, distracts from it. If I could maybe even center the lights and the license plate on the back, that'd probably be okay too. But for right now, I kind of want to just think on what I want to do to improve it. So hopefully later on, if you ever see this in a mock or some other build, or big display, I'll have those kind of final touches done. But for right now, this build's done, and I like it the way it's at. I did go back and forth about making it longer, as this was actually the second of the two I built. I built the flatbed first, and when I get into that, I'll talk about that more. But leaving the back of the truck the same length, I think, makes it look proportionally good. I think trying to make it longer would have looked a little funny, and definitely making it shorter would have looked funny. But I'm very happy with how this turned out. This is the tanker version of the moving truck. Now I'm going to bring in the flatbed. The flatbed here, this was originally I wanted to start the tanker as far as when I was during my building process and modifying process. But due to my part limitations at the time, I ended up doing the flatbed first. And the flatbed went through a couple changes. The front, just like the tanker and just like the moving truck, is the same, other than the bumper, and the grill are using those metallic silver pieces, or kind of to give it that chrome look, and I really like it. It looks nice. It just kind of brightens up the model a little bit, and I really like that. The cab is the same, except for in this one there's a window on the back side, since when you turn the truck around. Oh, I lied. I changed it. Okay, originally I did have a window in there, but I must have changed it. Sorry, let me recenter that. So I just dropped some some plates in there to block off the very back of the cab. I went back and forth about making the wall of the flatbed go all the way up to the top, and I think I tried it. It just looked awkward. It didn't look good. It was very unproportional when you compared to the rest of the model, so I ended up not doing that. I brought it back down a brick, or about, it's either a brick or 2 plates. I think it's about a brick once you put the tile on top. I think it's a tile, so you have the tiling up top here. If you put another brick on here, it would bring it up to where I thought I'd want it. But again, it just looks weird. It looks a little odd. The flatbed is actually, I believe, it's 2 studs longer than the tanker and the original moving truck. Basically, the idea was I had these just pieces of cargo built up I use for my trains and other vehicles to transport. So the goal was to be able to put 2 of those on the back with a little bit of separation, and that's what I was able to do, especially with this wall here. I went back and forth between having it butted up against the wall and not, but I think having it not butted up against that back wall or protection barrier, it looks good. I did want it, though, you can see down here the bed does hang over the end of the frame or the chassis a little bit, which then hangs over the lights and the license plate. That is what I wanted to have happen. I wanted it to look like, to get that kind of look of when you look around, you see some flatbeds. Sometimes the bed, or the cargo space, just extends maybe a couple inches, half a foot past the end of the chassis, and that's really what I was going for to get that look. I think it looks great. I think I accomplished what I was going for, and looks fantastic. I'm happy with it. I really enjoy it. I kind of wanted to get another one of the moving trucks to turn it into a second one of these. And then I said, nah, maybe I'll just turn my moving truck into another one of these. And I've also turned down that idea. So at least now I have 3 different versions of this truck. Like I said, I have 2 of the tankers. I'm going to bring the tanker back in here. I have 2 of the tankers, one of this flatbed, and then, of course, one of the original moving van. And I think they're one of the better gifts with purchases I bought. I think last time I was this excited and got this many of a gift with purchase was the sailboat from, I want to say, almost 2 years ago now, and I think this has been a great set. It's a very easy set, in truth, to modify. It doesn't take much if you want to do this or something else with it. But before I get rambling on, I'm going to kind of end the video here. Those are the two trucks. I think they turned out really nice. I think they look great. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did enjoy, like the video, leave a comment. And if you're not already subscribed, hit that subscribe button, because my plan is to start doing more videos in the future. Get off of this kind of creative slump and come back with more videos for my fans out there. But otherwise, I want to thank you all for watching, and I'll see you in my next video.